Union of Pensioners Contributory Pension Scheme sector. Further demonstrating its commitment to honoring pension obligation, the Ogun State Governor Prince Abeokuta has promised to partner Chief Olusegun Obasanjo towards improving quality life of the people. Governor Abeokuta stated this during the inauguration of Olumo Court Service Apartment and facilities held at Ibarra Housing Estate, Abeokuta. Governor's Office correspondent Yusuf Ganiu has the details.
That was the inauguration of Olumo Court Service Apartments and Facilities by Governor Abeokuta and establishment of the former president of Nigeria, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, basically to provide good quality of life. While appreciating Chief Obasanjo, the governor said the project is a trailblazing initiative and investment, saying without a doubt, Olumo Court is a thoughtful and deliberate project which dedicated to improving quality of life.
Urban development should be thoughtful, should be deliberate, and it should be dedicated to improving the quality of life. Without a doubt, Olumo Court is a thoughtful, deliberate project that is dedicated to improving the quality of life.
Abeokuta noted that this is an initiative that all residents of the state must endeavor to emulate, stating that besides adding color and value to the social landscape, it would also create job opportunities for the teeming youths.
One of our comparative and competitive advantages is the fact that we are the only neighbor that Lagos has. So we have become that state where all those who want to come and live, work here, or live here, work in Lagos, have found it very convenient to come to. Because of that, we continue to invest in required infrastructure to complement our vision.
Former Senator in Ogun Central Senatorial District and daughter of Chief Obasanjo, Senator Iyabo Obasanjo, said the project is another milestone that adds to the transition of Abeokuta into becoming a beautiful city, not just a town.
Our hope is that Abeokuta will become the destination of choice for anybody trying to get out of the hustle and bustle of life in Lagos. That people will see that this is the place to be when you want peace and quiet, and when you want the same kind of facilities you have in Lagos, but without some of the transportation and logistical issues that daily face.
Alake and Paramount of Egbaland, Oba Adedoto Aremu Gbadebo, among others, delivered goodwill messages at the event. Olumo Service Apartments and Facilities is well equipped with tennis court, swimming pool, and other facilities. Yusuf Ganiu, Ogtv News.
The wife of Ogun State Governor, Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun, has commended the women in the healthcare sector for advancing access to healthcare across Nigeria and bringing vital services closer to the people who need them most. Mrs. Abiodun stated this during the first edition of the Conference of Women in Healthcare Network held in Lagos State. Margaret Okunlola has the details.
Edition of the Conference of the Women in Healthcare Network is the wife of the state's governor, Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun, who reiterates that women in the healthcare sector are unsung heroes who deliver life-saving care at the macro level, providing basic health services and preventive measures both in the urban area as well as rural area where formal health infrastructure is limited or does not exist.
The Global Sustainable Development Goals, the SDG on health, especially SDG 3, which seeks to ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all, cannot be well achieved without women in healthcare. Women, whether as doctors, nurses, pharmacists, lab scientists, to the success of this goal. We need the leadership of women in healthcare. Their impact helps to improve health outcomes, reduce mortality, and foster access to essential services.
With the theme, Resilience in Healthcare, Thriving Through Challenges, the gathering brought together women in the healthcare sector across Nigeria. Ogun State not left out, as the State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Tomi Koka, was part of the conference.
We believe that together we can shape the future of women in healthcare, not only have a voice, but also make a powerful impact on the industry.
We've come together to ensure that we reach out, we mentor and collaborate so that women in leadership in the health sectors, we can have a lot more representation. It's about building people, human capital development.
With 10 delegates of women in healthcare sector from Ogun State as part of the participants, they assure and improve healthcare service delivery.
Personally, I've drafted some of the things I intend to go back and do at home in terms of capacity building for my team.
It is an eye-opener, it is inspiring. As women in healthcare, we constitute the major percentage of members of healthcare sector, and then we have a lot to give.
I want to especially appreciate His Excellency and Dr. Prince Dr. Abeokuta, the Governor of Ogun State, and the Honorable Commissioner for Health of Ogun State, Dr. Tomi Koka, for giving us this rare opportunity to explore and interact.
Award of honor was presented to the wife of Ogun State Governor, Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun, for her impact in Ogun State, encouraging women to keep their communities alive and playing a crucial role in healthcare provision. Margaret Okunola, Ogtv News.
2 currency racketeers have been sentenced to 6 months imprisonment each by a federal high court sitting in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. The convicts were jailed after arraignment by the Ibadan Zonal Directorate of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission on 1 count charge bordering on naira abuse. This was disclosed in a statement via the ex-handle of the anti-graft agency that pleaded guilty to the charge. Ogun State Governor Prince Dr. Abiodun has described late engineer Olanrewaju Afolabi Phillips, an illustrious son of Ogun State, as one whose impact will continually linger on the hearts of those who had something to do directly or indirectly with him while alive. Governor Abiodun showered the encomiums on the Ogunbon Rare Gem during the funeral ceremony held at Cathedral Church of Christ, Marina, Lagos. Margaret Okulola reports that notable dignitaries, including the wife of Ogun State Governor Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun and the former governor of the state, Senator Ibukule Amosun, paid their last respect, among others. Our report.
It was a grand occasion as people from far and near came to pay their last respect to an Ogunbon man who, though is no longer with them, but his impact resonates in the hearts of all who knew and loved him, including Ogun State Governor and his wife, Prince Dapo and Bamidele Abiodun, among several notable dignitaries, former governors of states, professionals, family and loved ones. In a sermon titled The People of the Kingdom of Heaven, the Provost of the Cathedral Church of Christ, Marina, Lagos, Very Reverend Adebola Ojofeiti, says the deceased was one who lived with eternity in view.
Phillips discovered Christ himself, and he lived with that consciousness. He carried his identity as a member of Christ's body into all spheres of life.
Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun, on behalf of his family, people and government of Ogun State, commiserates with the entire Phillips family on the loss of their patriarch. Governor Abiodun went down memory lane as he recalled times he was mentored and inspired by the deceased, who was a life of diligence, particularly excellence.
He passed away, leaving a legacy of love, dedication, and service. And further on said, his impact will continue to live in the hearts of all those who knew him directly or indirectly. A question I'd like to ask is, will this be said of you if the Almighty God called you home today?
Various renditions were presented by different groups the deceased belonged to while alive. Margaret Okunyola, Ogtv News.
Rounding off the news are the words of Muhammad Ali: "Don't count the days, make the day count." Not to forget that you can watch us live on Ogtv at Ogun State Television, on Facebook and YouTube at Ogtv Abeokuta, and on Ogtv website www.ogtv.com.ng/live. And for the latest news and reports, check us on this platform X at Ogun TV, on Instagram at Ogun State Television, or download Ogtv app on Apple Store and Google Play Store. And that wraps up the news. Many thanks for watching. Good afternoon.
Ẹ káàsán, àsìkò ìsinmi òní lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Ìròyìn wa tọ̀sán òní ló ń dé sójú ìròyìn láti iléeṣẹ́ tẹlifíṣàn ti ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn nílùú Abeokuta. Ọláyẹmí Adéwùnmí ni oníròyìn. Ìjọba àpapọ̀ ti ṣètò owó láti fi san gbèsè àjẹ́lẹ̀ owó oṣù àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ilé ẹ̀kọ́ yunifásítì tó jẹ́ ti ìjọba àpapọ̀, ìyẹn àwọn tí kìí ṣe olùkọ́ tí àtọ́ jẹ́ àjọ NASU, ní ìgbésẹ̀ ìjọba àpapọ̀ lórí wíwá ìyanjú sí àjẹ́lẹ̀ owó oṣù àti ṣíṣe àtìlẹ́yìn fún àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ilé ẹ̀kọ́ yunifásítì ti ìjọba àpapọ̀, èyí tí àwọn kan nínú wọn ti dá iṣẹ́ sílẹ̀ nítorí ìgbésẹ̀ ọ̀hún. Nínú ìkéde tó wá láti ọ́fíìsì olùṣírò owó àgbà fún ìjọba àpapọ̀, àtẹ̀jáde látọwọ́ Bàwá Múkúwá tó jẹ́ ọ̀gá àgbà fún ẹ̀ka ètò ìròyìn àti ìkànsíra ẹni, ìyẹn lánàá ọjọ́ àbámẹ́ta ni ọ̀rọ̀ náà ti jáde. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ó ti wà láti ọ́fíìsì olùṣírò owó àgbà lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí, ìjọba àpapọ̀ ti ṣètò owó láti lò fún àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ fẹ̀yìntì lábẹ́ agbòrun ti ẹgbẹ́ àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ fẹ̀yìntì tó ń ṣètò ìpèsè ìfẹ̀yìntì, èyí tí wọ́n ń pè ní Nigerian Union of Pensions Contributory Pension Scheme Sector, ní àti ṣe àfihàn ìfarajì ìbu ọlá fún ètò ìfẹ̀yìntì. Gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn Ọmọọba Dàpọ̀ Abíọ́dún ti ṣe ìlérí ìfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ pẹ̀lú olóyè Olúṣẹ́gun Ọbásanjọ́ láti ṣe ìtẹ̀síwájú ìgbáyégbádùn fún àwọn ará ìlú. Gómìnà Abíọ́dún ló sọ ọ̀rọ̀ yìí lásìkò ìfilọ́lẹ̀ ilé tí wọ́n pè ní Olúọmọ Court Service Apartment tí wọ́n ṣe ní agboolé ìjọba ní Ìbàrà. Ìyàwó gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn arábìnrin Bámidélé Abíọ́dún ti kan sáárá sí àwọn obìnrin tó wà ní ẹ̀ka ètò ìlera fún bí ètò ìlera ṣe ń gòkè àgbà sí i jákèjádò orílẹ̀-èdè yìí tó sì mú kó súnmọ́ àwọn ènìyàn tó nílò ìlera. Arábìnrin Abíọ́dún tọ́ka yìí lásìkò ìpàdé àpérò àwọn obìnrin tó wá láti lẹ́ka ètò ìlera àkọ́kọ́ rẹ̀ tó wáyé ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó. Akọ̀ròyìn wa Margaret Okunlọ́lá ló wà níbẹ̀, aborílẹ́nu Olúmáyọ̀wá Àbàjìgì.
Nígbà tó sọ̀rọ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí àlejò pàtàkì níbi àpérò àpapọ̀ àwọn obìnrin tí wọ́n wà ní ẹ̀ka ètò ìlera, àkọ́kọ́ rú ẹ̀. Níbẹ̀ ni ìyàwó gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn arábìnrin Bámidélé Abíọ́dún ló ti tẹnumọ́ ìṣepàtàkì àwọn obìnrin ní ẹ̀ka ètò ìlera tí ó sọ pé wọ́n jẹ́ àwọn akíkanjú tí wọ́n kì í kọrin ìyìn fún, tí wọ́n máa ń dóòlà ẹ̀mí àti gbígba ẹ̀mí àwọn ènìyàn là pẹ̀lú ìpèsè àwọn iṣẹ́ tó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú ètò ìlera àti àwọn míì tí wọ́n fi ń dẹ́kun ní ìgbèríko àti ní àwọn àárín ìgboro níbi tí ètò ìlera àti ìpèsè tó tọ́ wà fún ìtọ́jú àwọn aláìsàn àti níbi tí kò ti sí. Pẹ̀lú àkọlé tọdún yìí tí wọ́n pè ní ìfarajì ní ẹ̀ka ètò ìlera, gbígbìyànjú láàrin gbogbo ìdojúkọ. Àwọn àkójọpọ̀ náà ni ó kún fún àwọn obìnrin tí wọ́n wà ní ẹ̀ka ètò ìlera jákèjádò orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn náà ni kò gbẹ̀yìn níbi tí wọ́n ti rí alábòójútó fún ètò ìlera ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn, dókítà Tomikoka tó wà lára àwọn tí ó ṣe ìpàdé ọ̀hún pẹ̀lú àwọn aṣojú obìnrin 10 ní ẹ̀ka ètò ìlera láti ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn gẹ́gẹ́ bí akópa. Wọ́n ti fi ń dáni lójú wípé ètò ìlera ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn yóò tún lọ sókè sí i. Wọ́n fi àmì ìdánilọ́lá fún àwọn kọ̀ọ̀kan, pàápàá jùlọ ìyàwó gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn arábìnrin Bámidélé Abíọ́dún fún ipa ibi tó ń kó ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn bí ó ṣe ń fi ọ̀rọ̀ àmọ̀ràn gba àwọn obìnrin láti lè jẹ́ kí àyíká àti agbègbè wa kí ó gbé ìgbé ayé tó dùn ún wò pẹ̀lú ipa ribiribi tí ó ṣe fún ẹ̀ka ètò ìlera.
wọ́n ti ní kí àwọn méjì kan tí wọ́n jẹ́ olówó èlé lọ sí ọgbà àtúnṣe fún oṣù 6 gbáko. Ìdájọ́ ìlú wáyé láti ilé ẹjọ́ gíga tó fìdí kalẹ̀ sí ìlú Ìbàdàn tí ń ṣolú ìlú ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. Àwọn wọ̀nyí ní àjọ tó ń rí sí ìṣòwò ìlú kùmọ̀kùmọ àti ìwà ìjẹbánu EFCC gbé lọ síwájú ilé ẹjọ́ pẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn kan wípé wọ́n fi ojú owó náírà gbolẹ̀. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ló jáde nínú àtẹ̀jáde tó wá lórí ìkànnì ìbánidọ́rẹ̀ẹ́ wọn yẹn X handle lọ́jọ́ àbámẹ́ta àná. Àwọn afurasí náà ni wọ́n ti ní lóòótọ́ làwọn jẹ̀bi ẹ̀sùn èyí tí wọ́n fi kan àwọn. Ẹ̀wẹ̀ gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn ọmọọba Dàpọ̀ Abíọ́dún ti ṣe àpèjúwe olóògbé onímọ̀ ẹ̀rọ Láńrewájú Àfọlábí Phillips gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ bíbí ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn tí ipa rere tó ti fi lélẹ̀ lókun àyà àwọn tó súnmọ́ àtàwọn tí wọ́n nawọ́ ìfẹ́ sí nígbà tó wà láyé kò lè parẹ́. Gómìnà Abíọ́dún kan sára yìí lásìkò ìsìnkú olóògbé náà èyí tó wáyé nínú ilé ìjọsìn ńlá Church of Christ Marina ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó. Akọ̀ròyìn wa Margaret Okunlọ́lá ó jábọ̀ wípé àwọn lókọ ní wọ́n kúsẹ̀ síbẹ̀ tó fi mọ́ ìyàwó gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn arábìnrin Bámidélé Abíọ́dún pẹ̀lú ẹni tó ti fìgbà kan rí tẹ́lẹ̀ jẹ́ gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn aṣòfin àgbà Ìbíkúnlé Àmósù. Ẹ̀yin ará, ọlọ́jọ́ ń kájọ́ ẹ̀dá ń gbàgbé, má ṣe fi ohun tó yẹ kí o ṣe lónìí di ọ̀la nítorí pé àkókò torí yẹn ó ń súré tètè kò dúró de ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan. Yóò ṣe ṣe títí dìgbà míì tá a máa pàdé lórí àwọn ìròyìn wa. A kú ìsinmi lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí i.